Hello there, everybody. My name's Sue Crooks, and I am the founder, the passionate founder of LoveBiz Networking, where we have been supporting and connecting women in business for the last 10 plus years. And this year we had a special awards ceremony, and I am delighted to have a very special lady here today, the winner of our Inspirational Woman of the Year, Harpreet. Hello, Harpreet. How are you?
Oh, hi, Sue. I'm good, thank you. And how are you?
Really, really well, thank you. Really excited to be chatting to you for the next few minutes and learning a bit more about you. You won Inspirational Woman of the Year. You were quite shocked, I think, that you won it.
Yes.
So we'll come on to that in a short while. Well, I've known you for a number of years, and we've had you speak at events, and you've always touched us, made us have goosebumps, and even brought us to tears. Now, that's not a negative with your stories. So would you like to share with us a brief journey of where you have been, where you are today, and your expertise?
Thank you so much, Sue, and thank you so much for inviting me to speak to you today. I'm really excited about this too. So I'm actually a qualified pharmacist by background. I have been for 16 years. I worked 12 years in corporate, and during my time in corporate, I held 2 senior national roles. And it was during my time in one of these roles that, like many of us, I struggled with stress and burnout. But again, like many of us, I actually didn't tell anyone at the time. And in healthcare, it's really quite hard to talk particularly about our own health, because we obviously, serve to help others with their health. It's very hard for us to admit when we're sick. And so many of us keep quiet about our own health, particularly mental health. And so I didn't share that with anybody. And unfortunately, when you struggle with stress and burnout over a prolonged period, it can and does become depression. And so I suffered quite badly with depression, didn't tell anyone. And unfortunately, it got so bad that one day I just really didn't want to be here anymore. And that really was a wake-up call for me, because I didn't realize just quite how bad I'd gotten, because it had crept up over a long period of time. I hadn't realized how bad I'd gotten. So that wake-up call made me reassess what was going on. I worked with an amazing mindset coach who made me realize just how much of what I was experiencing was as a result of this, what I was thinking and what I was doing to myself and what I was saying to myself. And, Sue, she gave me such an amazing gift when I realized just how much of this was in my control and I could change that I then decided to retrain myself as a coach in 2018, because I wanted to give that gift back to other people, particularly other women who I could see were struggling in the same way that I was. And that's what made me set up the Mental Wealth Academy. I did so in 2019. The very first time I even talked about my business was at a LoveBiz event in January 2019. I was so scared about talking about why I'd done this and also my story. So that was in January 2019. And then in September 2020, I took the plunge. I left another national position and started out, full-time in the Mental Wealth Academy. And now I focus on corporate training and one-to-one coaching, specifically around self-leadership and well-being, because the two are inextricably linked. You actually, in order to look after ourselves, we have to work on ourselves and be good leaders of ourselves first and foremost. And so that's what I focus on now. And I'm on a mission, Sue, to help save lives, because I want to be the person that I needed 6 years ago. And that's why I do what I do. I just want to help people be well at home and at work.
Oh, wow. I'm just in awe of you. And as I say, I know your story. And I think it's incredible. And this is why you won the award, that you want to help others. You are an inspiration because of your story, your journey. And it's very true. Women particularly are silent when they're going through stress and trauma and overwhelm. I think from my own experience, the quieter I went, and other people go is when it's actually more worrying, because you go deeper, 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 don't you? And you don't tell a soul that you're going through something, you know, that actually you can get help with, because you are there and other people in that situation are there. But it's that step, to make that step to go and speak to someone like yourself is a huge thing, isn't it?
Huge, absolutely. And I think before you even make that step, Sue, it's admitting it to yourself where you are, because us women, we are so critical of ourselves and other women that we feel that, you know, and we're all trying to be super women. We're all trying to handle all the responsibilities of homework and, you know, life and you know, I've just said homework, home life, work life. That's
what you're allowed to.
Yeah. So, you know, we're trying to balance all of those things, our families, elderly parents, all those things that, you know, are weighing down on us. And I think that we all think that we need to be superwomen. Actually, we don't. But if we fall short of that superwoman mark, we really beat ourselves up. And so we feel that we can't be open because everybody else is managing. So what's wrong with us? And so you're absolutely right. We do go quiet. But the thing I just want to pick up on what you said, Sue, it's always everyone looks at the quiet ones to say, oh, there must be something wrong because they're quiet. Not so. It's actually the louder ones. It's the louder ones that sometimes you want to worry about.
Wow. Well, I've got that wrong, haven't I? Thank goodness we have experts like you. I just know from my own personal experience, I was that person at my lowest who stopped going out, who didn't go to barbecues, who would send their daughter to a barbecue to my own friends that I didn't go to because I couldn't go. And that's just how I was. So it really is then everybody is very different.
Yeah, and it can be that you're quite a sociable person, Sue. So when someone starts to withdraw and they're not socializing anymore, absolutely, that's a red flag. Yeah. But I think sometimes we look at the people who are loud and confident and think they've got it sorted and sussed, exactly like how I was. But on the inside, it can be a different story. So I think what I'm saying is don't ever underestimate that actually somebody might be going through something just because they look like they've got it sorted.
Yeah.
And you know, it's that whole thing, isn't it, of we look on social media and everyone seems to have these amazing lives and we're comparing what they're choosing to show as their highlights of their life with what's going on behind the scenes for us in here. And it's not a like for like comparison. And that's one of the things that I work with my clients on, is that we've got to break that comparisonitis, because actually nobody has it sussed and most of us struggle day to day.
Well, just picking up on social media, although it's fabulous, because it is, there are obviously downfalls, and those things are people's lives. I would say probably 50%, and I could be wrong here, I am not an expert, have fake posts because they're trying to put on this act, and obviously filtered images and things. I mean, goodness, if I put an image of me up before I put my makeup on and sat straight and things, I would frighten small children. But filters and things, it's so wrong, and it makes the young women and men of today feel that they're inadequate and puts too much pressure on them. But that's another story on another
time. I could talk a good hour or so just on that one topic. So
absolutely. We'll have you back and we'll do an interview on that as well. But Harpreet, you know, listening to you, people who are watching and listening will understand more so why you won Inspirational Woman of the Year at our awards this year. How did you feel? And I've asked this to all our winners. How did you feel to be nominated, but then also to have won the award?
I was just shocked to be nominated, Sue. I've been a member of LoveBiz for 4 years. And I generally, you know, I wouldn't say I keep myself to myself. Obviously, I do network and I do talk to people. But I'd never really been nominated before. And so just to be nominated was a massive shock. And I was so honoured and humbled. And, you know, to be nominated in a few categories. Because I think sometimes we can see the same faces every year. And so it's nice when some of the lesser known women get their time in the limelight to shine and to talk about what it is that they do. There were so many women that I didn't know that when they were nominated, I went and looked at what they did because they weren't in my local area. And so I'd never really met them before. So I thought that it's great. And it's so important that we as women recognize and, you know, and appreciate other women and nominate like that. So absolutely humbled and honored to just have been nominated. And then on the day, I think if for anyone who was there and remembers my response, I burst into tears because I absolutely wasn't expecting it. I was up against two amazing, amazing, inspirational women. And I not for a second thought that I was going to win it. I just thought, I'm going to enjoy myself. My husband and I had just done this, sort of 75-day fitness challenge. It was our first day off and thought we're just going to have a really good night. We dressed up and, we stayed over and made a real night of it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we just made it. We were just happy to have a night without, being mum and dad and just enjoying ourselves. And honestly, the award was the icing on the cake. And, to tell you what it means to me, I have it here. This is not just for today. I have that there all the time. I get asked about it. Why do you have, what's that award, Harpreet? And I said, I won Inspirational Woman. I'm just shocked I was nominated, let alone, to win, because I do what I do because I feel that it's a calling and that I'm here to serve others, to help prevent them to get to where I got. And so to be recognised like that by, other women is honestly an amazing honour. And it really does mean a lot to me.
Oh, that's just brilliant. And I'm going to pick up on something on the night, because you brought someone very special on the stage with you, didn't you?
I did, yes. And he didn't forgive me for that afterwards. But I blamed you. And I said, Sue told me you don't disagree with Sue Crooks. Sue said, bring him up here, because I was talking about him.
I love it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was talking about my husband because, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And he's just been my absolute rock and support over the last, 2016 that I had that moment on the railway bridge. So it's been 6 years. And over those 6 years, he has supported me every step of the way. I gave up a director's position, a national organisation, to go full time in my business. Huge drop in salary. And he's never once said to me, oh, this is your fault that we can't go on holiday. We've had to make this sacrifice. He understands why I do what I do. And moreover, he's really proud of me. And what I didn't know, that some of the ladies told me afterwards, that he was also crying as I was giving my speech, because...
Oh, no, you can't say that. No, you can say it.
I'm going to say, he doesn't mind.
What's wrong with the man crying? It's nothing wrong with
absolutely not. And I was just really touched, and I'm getting emotional now because I think, he knows the journey that I've been on. And I think that he knows what it means to me as well. And I think I was so overcome because, it's like I said in my speech, I think I can't remember much of what I said, but I do remember I said, 6 years ago, almost to the day, I thought I didn't want to be here anymore. And to then be here fast forward 6 years, and actually I'm getting to help other people and I'm getting to impact people. And, they say to me, Harpreet, you've changed my life. For me, that's everything. It's everything. And to think that I was going to give up that chance to not be here. And I just think, my goodness, I'm so glad that I didn't. And I'm so glad that I got the opportunity to do what I do. And I couldn't do it without my husband's support. And so I wanted to recognize him as well, that he's been, my rock every step of the way. And I think it's so important to have a supportive partner.
I think it is. There's many people out there who feel very lonely, even though they're married. So it was actually so inspiring for us to have your husband there, and you say that, because it doesn't happen all the time. And not many husbands or male partners come, or female partners come to the awards, although it's the only event of the year we allow men into. But I think it's really important. And what I loved is the women, the members who brought their partners this year. I thought it was lovely to see, actually, because they are obviously supporting their partners, which is just so good. And it shouldn't be a lonely place in business, although it does feel like it sometimes. And I think that's wonderful. Wonderful that you brought your hubby along.
Oh,
Harpreet.
I'll tell him that.
Oh, bless. I think I did on the night anyway. Is there anybody in LoveBiz that you wanted to mention? I ask everyone who I interview, because it's not just about me, it's not just about you, it's about the network, and it's about the people that we have in our communities.
There's probably a couple, actually. I think firstly, I've got to give a shout out to Pyle, who was,
I knew you were going to say that.
I know, because you know what, she was the Derby host at the time. And if it wasn't for her encouraging me and saying to me, Harpreet, you've got this, you can do this, and giving me that opportunity to do business, just a 5-minute business showcase in that January. And then, she suggested to Jackie that I go and speak in I think it was Lichfield. She had me then at Loughborough. And then obviously yourself as well. So the two of you.
Oh, we've all touted you about as a speaker. We've all,
I have to say, I was really, really scared of talking about particularly my story, because it is very personal. What you and Pyle did was give me a platform in a safe environment, in a safe space with women who weren't going to criticize me or just be mean to me. It was just, that's exactly what I needed to help springboard my speaking and my training. And so I can't thank you and Pyle enough to for helping me really get my business off the ground, and being able to do speaking. And so I'm more than happy to come back and do events, because it's I hold a special place in my heart for LoveBiz.
And you did a fantastic talk for us online again this year for International Women's Day. So it's super that you can support people. Harpreet, myself and Pyle obviously are hosts, but is there a member or anybody else that you would like to mention?
I wouldn't say a specific member, Sue, because I've created such lovely friendships with so many. But I would like to give a shout out to the Derby group, because we are a small group, but we are quite close knit, and there are some individuals within that group that have just been, so supportive of me. And whenever I post anything, they always like it and comment and share. And I also know that there's been some members in the group, Sue, who have again publicly said, Harpreet, actually you've really transformed my thinking here, or you've really changed this for me, you've inspired me, and that is what keeps me going. That's what lifts me on those days, as we all have as business owners, when you think, I can't do this anymore, should I just go back to a job? Actually,
oh gosh, we all think that. I even looked at a job today. I thought, oh, I'd love that. £400,000 a year. Oh, that's right. I know. I thought, but I think as business owners, especially at this bumpy time, I think many of us do sometimes question it. But what you're doing is so good, isn't it? To support people. People need you to help them.
Yeah, no, I think that, and that's it. I think, it's not been an easy sort of road to where I am, but now I'm on it. I can't see myself, to be honest, going back into employment. I would hate it. And I've even spoken to my husband and said, should I just go back into a job? And, it was a really well-paid job and it was very senior. And he said, yeah, but you would hate it. It would kill you. And he's absolutely right. And I said, yeah, it would kill me. I wake up loving what I'm doing and getting, I'm excited to start the day. I work very long hours because I want to, not because I feel I have to. So no, I think I'm very much safe where I am for now.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And I think from an entrepreneur's point of view, you've just touched on something, that you work long hours because you want to. And I think sometimes we get told off when we work long hours. And I think it's understanding the hours we work has to be right for us. I'm exactly the same. I am so passionate about what I do. And I work long hours because I want to, not because it's 5 o'clock at night, end the day and things. And that's my choice. But my choice is also, and I bet you're the same, if I want to take a day off and I'll book it out, I can do that. It's my, those extra hours I've worked one week, maybe that I want to see friends or family a day in the week rather than weekends. And that's the great thing about having our own businesses. And I'm with you. I don't think I actually could go and work for anyone else. Not that they'd probably take me on because, I'm well, you said it, I'm quite bossy sometimes. But what I would like to say is bossy in a nice way, because I want people to get on. But what I will say is, you've mentioned our Derwent group might be small, but actually we had 2 winners in that group. In fact, was it 2 or 3? Oh my goodness, I'm going to need to check. We had winners. So it's not about the quantity of people, I think, it's whether they're the right people in LoveBiz. And we say that at some of our events. You can be with 70 women in a room and actually only connect with 2. So it's really, really is about the people in your community and not the quantity of people in your community. Harpreet, you've told us you're not going to work for anyone else, but what is next for you?
Oh, actually, it's a really exciting time, Sue. I launched a new Facebook group just 2 days ago, and it's something that I've wanted to do for some time, but there's been real resistance of, oh, I don't know how it's going to land. I don't know if it's going to, people are going to want it. And it's actually within my sector, the pharmacy sector, helping women with their confidence. And literally, it's been open less than 2 days. I already have nearly 200 members.
Wow.
That people are wanting it. People are, and confidence is a real issue for women that I've realized in my time coaching, because I also do executive leadership coaching globally for people all over the world. And what I've realized is that even in the most senior of women, they still really struggle with confidence and setting boundaries and saying no to people. And so I've set this group up, and then I'll be launching a group program, my group program for the ladies in that group who want to do that. So that's really exciting. And my corporate work has taken off, so I've been delivering training here and in the US around leadership and well-being. I have a signature course which is called Lead Well, Live Well, bringing very much together the leadership and the well-being, because the two, as I said before, are linked. So that's really taken off. And then, of course, I've got my one-to-one clients who I adore working with, and I will always have one-to-one clients because that's where the transformation happens. So it's all onwards and upwards from here.
Oh my goodness, you don't stop. You really don't stop. This is why you are an inspiration to others. What you're trying to do globally to support women and executives in the pharmacy world. I just have to say, thank goodness we've got people in the world like you, Harpreet. Really, and I really, really mean that. So thank you so much for your time today. Would you just like to share? People will be watching this and thinking, how the heck do I contact this woman? So we've got your name on the screen, so we can find you on LinkedIn. But how else can you be contacted?
Yeah, sure. So you can email me, or you can go to the website. The website's thementalwealthacademy.com, or you can email me at hello@thementalwealthacademy.com. I'm on LinkedIn predominantly. So I'm literally / Harpreet Chana. So you should be able to find me. And I'm obviously friends with yourself, Sue, and other LoveBiz ladies. So you should find me fairly easily. And I put most of my content on LinkedIn. So that's probably the best place to get me.
Well, I can't wait to share this interview on my network on LinkedIn, because I know it's going to get quite a lot of interest. And I have to say thank you so much for your time today. It's been an honor and a pleasure to chat with you today. And I wish you all the very best with all the things that are happening in your world. So thank you very much.
No, thank you, Sue. And, thank you for the community. I think that it's been, I joined LoveBiz having been new to Derby. I'm new to business, and one of the ambassadors brought me in, and I literally, from that first meeting, I loved the community. I joined straight away, and I'm still here because it's just such a lovely, supportive place to be. So thank you
so much for those lovely words. Thank you. Well, you have a good day, and we'll see you all very, very soon.